is what I anticipated earlier in the morning. So I just placed it. I placed it. Let's just see how it's playing. Let's see how it's playing. Okay, this is the download, right? This is the download. This is the download. Let's see the actual trade. Let's see the actual trade. Oh, okay, this is it. This is the live trading. This is the trade going on. You can see how, though we try dropping a bit to come and test this our psychological levels. Psychological levels are more like psychological levels are just the round up numbers, right? The round up numbers that big investors, hedge funds maybe place their support, and if you can see self, if you go down to the higher time frame, you can see that this is a very strong support level. Let's say we go back to the 4 hours time frame. This psychological levels is a very strong zone that price reacts so strongly, and you can see how price reacted over there. It has previously reacted before. That's why I even anticipated that it has to. So I was strongly believing that at least this 4 hours was the point I entered a bit below here. Yes, I entered below that 4 hours a bit. You can see, but it's tried being on little drawdown. So at least to this point, go to the upside. You can just 91 pips. Yes, so it's a very good way to call it a day. Yes, it's a very good way to call it a day. Right here, this TP is just 108 pips. So it's a very good way. Risking just 49 pips on the street at 51. I actually reached 51, but it's 49 pips here. So you can just see how it's going, how it's going, how it's going. So this on GG, this on GG, trade. It might be a very strong reversal right from this point because the most recent high over here on the 1 hour. If you get to notice, you see that the most recent high has to even be this zone. There is zone. If you look at this time frame, these are the time frames that you have to work with zones so strongly. There is a zone right here. If you watch out so clearly, there is a very strong zone here. That's the one can't film retracement. I observe it very well. In a downtrend, let's hit on the high. So this is the high, right? This is the most recent high. So price has to get here. This 1 hour time frame, right? So this you can just see. So price has to get here before it react anything. So it's just even close to it, you can see. So let's just I'm not even with this is just a very good way to even close. Is about just 2 1:2 risk to reward. If we try to adjust our stop loss, this thing has been network. We try adjusting our and reverse back with a week, so it might actually not even get here, and it might just get here. So it's a very good way to call it a day because this is more than 1:2 right now. It's just 1:2 weeks to reward. So it's a very cool way to call it a day, right? Very cool way to can just see just get there melting. The next one has to just come and tap on that zone. Now you can see that it's dropping massively. Like it's dropping. So, so sometimes it's very nice for us to even know when to run out from a trade. What is my problem with trades most times is that most times I hold for a very long time. The psychology in the game will make us to hold our losses more than our wins. But me sometimes I do hold my wins because for the fact that I do hold losses, I state here on my stop loss. What's the essence? Because I would ask myself, what's the essence of me not holding that win trade? So maybe days I want to hold my wins are the days that price will come and misbehave, and later after being in profit, I will just go back being in loss. So you can just see how price is just might still continue dropping because this now Because if you go down to the lower higher time frame on the 4 hours, you can see that this candle, this is just a new candle that just opened right here. I see a very strong candle to open like this. It's just it can be manipulative. It does not mean that it might still come and hit you out, but the profit you've been in might be you might be very nervous to like close out from this trade because you might not know what's going to happen next, right? You don't know what's going to happen next. So the best thing is for you to just identify that zone and hope out. Just make it specific. Like our boss will just tell us to make it a realistic, just place your stop loss and TP at a realistic zone that you know that this is a sure zone that you are aware that, or you are sure at least if it get there that is going to hit, that is going to hit now. Yes. Yeah, I've already closed out this trade even before coming back to my chart. It's a very reversible market I see. Oh, that's it. All right. You have a great day.